Tonight, many business owners are concerned about financial survival in the latest round of coronavirus closures. And some Valley cities are trying to figure out how to be as helpful as possible for businesses that want to take their operations outside. I spoke today with the CEO of the Palm Desert Area Chamber of Commerce, Pam Scannell. Pam, it's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Peter.
First off, let me ask you, what is the reaction you're hearing right now from business owners?
Gosh, I've had so much feedback from business owners: frustration, anger, sorrow, nervousness, all the entire gamut of emotions that you can imagine. Everybody's afraid for their employees. They're afraid for their business, whether they're going to survive. It's like the governor said, operations could continue if they were conducted outside. Well, it actually says in the California State Department of Cosmetology and Barbering that they are not allowed to provide services outside of the salon. So that's a no-go for them. So they can't do it. And of course, an indoor mall can't operate outside. So that's another no-go situation. So it's frustrating. I understand, and I think a lot of people do understand when they hear the numbers ticking up. Now, we know, yes, there are more tests going on, so you're going to get more positives, but there's a certain percentage that you get out of your testing, and it's that percentage that's on a dramatic increase at the moment. And that's why I think the governor made his move to take us back a notch in regards to business openings, because we can't trust ourselves or each other to protect each other. I mean, the mask thing is a mandate, it's not a law. And therefore, people are saying, they're not going to wear them. Well, I understand they're uncomfortable, but they're there to protect others from you. And I think if you respect others, just put the mask on and let's try to get over this bad hump.
Do you think that there will be businesses trying to adjust by going outside in some way? I know you mentioned that some of them can't, but
Yeah.
I think others will come up with creative solutions.
Absolutely. And the city of Palm Desert was on a Zoom meeting this morning with the chamber as a whole. And they had mentioned their willingness to try to be as adaptive as possible for businesses that want to try to take their operations outside. In regards to, say, restaurants, they need some extra space out of their parking lot, or they need some extra space out of their frontage. The city is doing their best to do everything they can to accommodate. And some of those hurdles come in with the ABC regulations in regards to drinking and confining the spaces. And the city is working closely with them as well. So I think if you talk to your individual cities on how you can help your business adapt, they have ideas, they have solutions, they have ways to move forward. So I think it's really, really important that we just communicate with each other what our situations are, and not just complain about things. As I say, I live by where there's a will, there's a way. So let's try to find out what you're trying to do, and let's find the people to put you together with so that we can make it happen.
A lot of these businesses had barely reopened. They had made all these adjustments. Are you concerned that this is going to be the death knell for some of these businesses round two?
I'm very concerned. I think the closure before the 4th of July weekend was exceptionally punishing. Restaurants have to order their fresh food in days in advance. And their fresh food order, I believe most of them, they came in on the Wednesday, which was the day they were told to shut down immediately. So tens of thousands of dollars worth of fresh food was just wasted right away, because with an immediate shutdown, there was nowhere for them to go on that. So yes, there are going to be some people that can't weather this. I encourage them to please contact your local chamber, whichever one that may be. There may be answers for you, get you connected with the different loans out of the SBA, the PPP, the EIDL. There are different city grants that have been available. So talk to your chamber, talk to your city. There are things that we can do to try our best to help you out. We don't want to see these businesses dissolve. We really want to do everything we can to help them all to survive in some capacity.
What are some of the big questions you're hearing right now from business owners trying to navigate the second round of restrictions?
Well, I believe communication with EDD has been challenging. I had another call on that today where someone had been trying for 4 months to get an unemployment application through online services, and they still hadn't had anything yet their staff who'd been working with them for 3 weeks or less were already getting their payouts. So people are finding challenges trying to get people to talk to at EDD, but I can only imagine how overwhelmed that office may be. My recommendation is persevere. Look for other numbers, other avenues, local offices that you can talk to on EDD, because everybody is here to help and wanting to help, waiting to help. So make as many calls as you can until you connect with that one person that can at least get you one step further. It's a little punishing, but it has to be done.
Let me ask you, are you pleased with the way things have been handled by the state and the county, or do you think that this is too much?
Well, I'm very mixed. I understand the explanations given by the governor's office on why they made the decisions they did. I think they did a few knee-jerk reactions when it came to the pre-4th of July. They closed down restaurants, etc., because they said that was mostly because they couldn't do contact tracing. Now, there are all kinds of apps out there that can help with that sort of thing. I'm not sure that the close down should have been the first choice. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe it wasn't, but it seemed harsh and very destructive to a number of businesses. I would like the state to think a little bit harder about what it's going to do to these businesses, because if they don't come back, they're not going to employ people, they're not going to make money, they're not going to pay tax, less income for the cities, the states, everybody. We really have to do as much as we can to secure small business. They are the backbone of our country, and they employ probably 90% of the entire workforce of America.
All right, Pam, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.